Hi again, I'm Laura. I'm the CEO of VMV Hypoallergenics, the safest, most proven effective care on the planet. And we're here to save the world's skin by making the safest, most proven effective care on the planet. Today I'll be doing another installment of Ask A Skintellectual, where I will be answering questions from our viewers on Instagram and on Facebook and on YouTube, as well as stuff that we get on our website at vmvhypoallergenics.com. Before I get into that, don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to click the notification bell so you don't miss out on notifications of new content that we put up. Definitely write comments. We love hearing what you have to say, suggestions, and definitely questions. We love answering your questions, as this video will show. And you can ask us your questions, especially if they're more complex, via private message or DM on our social media platforms or on our website. And don't forget to subscribe to our emails on our website so you don't miss out on special offers for VMV Hypoallergenics products. Very quickly on who we are. VMV Hypoallergenics is really all about safety and efficacy, right? And safety we go about by basically omitting the top contact allergens from our formulations, all of them or as many of them as possible. Current count from published studies is 109 contact allergens, and we have a proprietary grading system that works a little like an SPF in that it's immediately visible and pretty easy, called the VH rating system, that shows you how many allergens are not in a formulation. The higher the number, the more allergens are absent. If you've had a patch test, and if you see a VMV product that has a lower VH rating, for example, VH minus 108 over 109, it will also show an asterisk, which will correspond to the included allergen in the ingredients list, so you can really clearly see if it is the allergen that you patch tested positive for. It is highly unlikely to patch test positive for all 109 allergens, so this is really a helpful way to let you know, so you're clear about what you can and cannot use. In terms of efficacy, we prove that basically by published clinical studies. We do a lot of evidence-based, randomized, double-blind clinical trials. And we have, thanks to my mother, who has like 200 clinical studies published to her name, we have about 80 plus at this point. So we're big believers in both safety and efficacy. Getting into it. First question is from Ruth. She's asking, is the skin of the face different from the skin on the face, on the neck or chest? Can I use the same regimen for both? So-ish, the skin is, the same in that it's one organ of the body, but there are some areas of the skin that are thinner, more reactive, more sensitive. The skin around the eyes, for example, is one such area that is thinner. The skin here on the palms is less reactive and thicker than, for example, up here. So if you're looking at a reaction that's happening just on the palms and not really on the sides and above here, it might be something that you're grabbing onto and handling more than something that you're applying all over the hands. The mucosa also, which is sort of the wet membranous area, the wet part, like the eye line, the nostrils, the inside of the lips, the vaginal area, genital area, as well as skin. But yes, of course, it's different. In general, you can use the same products for both, but you would not apply, for example, active ingredients in the mucosa, in the wetter part of the skin. Right? But yes, for things like rejuvenation treatments, brightening treatments, you can apply that sort of on the face and on the body as well, which is why we have face, hand, body lotions, for example, in our Everything Illuminants and id lines. And it's also why you can use some of our best-selling moisturizers like Mommy Coddling All Over Lotion or Essence Hand and Body Soother actually on the face without a problem. I'm Julia's asking Blackheads. That is the question. All our products are non-comedogenic and non-acnegenic. As a reminder, comedogenic means if this is the pore, the comedogen clogs it, right? Clogs the follicle until it sort of builds up. Acne, however, also requires inflammation and possible infection. And that can be caused by allergens, which people don't tend to think of. So we can totally help in terms of that. Blackheads could potentially be a darkening of the skin inside the pore, so that might be hyperpigmentation. All of our products would help here for sure. especially our like cleansing scrubs, our toners like ID and Super Skin. And for the darkening of the pores, Armada Sun and Light Screen used every day would be helpful. Jess is asking, is VMV Antiperspirant safe for 10-year-old? Absolutely. In fact, my kids started using antiperspirant, one at 7 and the other at exactly 10. It's a great choice for tweens as well. It doesn't contain allergens that can risk irritations. Yeah, it's a great option, not a problem. Ooh, and a nice tip is if your kids are going through puberty and are having, some issues with bad odor, for example, they can actually put Essence Antiperspirant and then ID Monolaurin Gel on top of that. We have a wonderful blog post on vmvinskin.com about skin issues that you might be embarrassed about but shouldn't be, and that includes odor. And there's some great tips there explaining what causes the odor and how to go about reducing it. Pinky's asking, what is the best moisturizer that can be used on oily skin which will not make the face greasy? Spring Fresh Oil-Free Nourisher was created precisely for that. If you want even more shine control, the Fine Finish Porcelain Mattifier is wonderful, as is ID Monolaurin Gel, and we have a So Clear pressed powder that can help as well. Is it safe to use oils well if I'm purging from salicylic acid? What Faye is referring to here is when you first use salicylic acid is a beta-hydroxy acid, and it is oil soluble. So it penetrates the skin's oiliest layers best, which are the pores' inner walls, and it does microexfoliation there. Usually at that level, your skin isn't so used to microexfoliation at the pore inner wall. So any sort of gunk, pore cloggers, etc., are brought to the surface and are purged, right? That's what she's talking about, I believe. And is it safe to use oils well while that process is still happening? Absolutely. Oils well is not an allergen, not a comedogene, not an acnegen, and not an irritant. In fact, it might even help because virgin coconut oil is a proven broad spectrum antimicrobial and an anti-inflammatory. What products would you recommend for pimple marks for pregnant women? We have a great, really comprehensive article on vmvinskin.com for skincare for pregnancy and breastfeeding, and it's really worth looking at. The best way, so we have a line called Grandma Mini Mom and Baby Care, and it's great for that. So I would recommend the kid gloves, Monolaurin hand gel, which you can use as a hand sanitizer, but also actually on pimples, and then Armada post-procedure or Armada Baby to really prevent hyperpigmentations. And all these products you can share with baby when they're born. Best anti-aging moisturizer for women in their 30s. Re-Everything. It's what I use. I have a 10-step regimen, which I don't recommend for everybody. It really depends on your skin type. But Re-Everything, I use at this point the advanced cream, but we always recommend starting with the primary, the sort of starter concentration of Re-Everything cream. It's fantastic. It's got unbuffered glycolic acid, kynotin, virgin coconut oil, antioxidants. It's really great for rejuvenation and microexfoliation and then replenishing lost lipids because of the virgin coconut oil and all this stuff. And I did a video on the entire regimen on our YouTube channel, so check that out. How to lighten stubborn dark lines and patches in the underarms. First is prevention. This is actually quite common to allergens in laundry detergent. Like fragrance is the big one, dyes and preservatives. The other is to clothing. Elastics, stretchy material, dyes, bright colors, dark colors in the fabric of your underwear, for example. So make sure your body soap cleanse your torso, the affected areas cleanse with superwash or Clark wash or Cool and Clean. You can also use these products as your laundry detergent, especially for your tops and your bra. And try Illuminance Axolite, which is an antiperspirant that actually has active brightening treatment. And because it's an active treatment, you would alternate it with Essence Antiperspirant, which can also help prevent the darkening until you can get to daily use of the Axolite. We have a live stream that's about this topic on skin issues that might embarrass you but shouldn't. We also have a blog post on that, which we'll put in the description so you can click to it easily. And I tackle it a little bit in a YouTube video that we did on brightening, our Illuminance regimen. Sam is asking, hormonal acne, ! What products should I use? So hormonal acne, it can be cystic acne coming from women's periods, or can be caused by certain conditions like polycystic ovarian syndrome, can be caused by certain medications, or be due to inflammation, right? If we're talking about cystic. So it can be inflammation from stress, foods, lack of sleep, etc., etc. Usually for this, we would ask that you drop us a DM. We can get into it in more detail, a private message. In general, for hormonal acne or cystic acne, we would really just strongly recommend first talk to your doctor, your dermatologist in particular. Make sure to rule out inflammatory things that you might be doing. Diet, not getting enough sleep, not managing stress. Inflammatory skincare would be where we come in as supportive care to whatever your doctor prescribes. Allergen-free, comedogen-free, hair, body, bath care, everything. Your doctor might need to prescribe other things. That's why we double down on make sure to talk to your dermatologist. Okay, Dreamy Ellie. Skin tags appeared after I gave birth, especially in the neck. Can these be safely removed? Very much so. Skin tags are due to skin damage over time, so they can really just happen from the sun, from chronic friction, just a bunch of things, and definitely a very, very simple procedure that any dermatologist can do. Trying to make this a shorter video. We have so many questions still to answer, but I'll do another installment of Ask A Skintellectual. Please keep your questions coming, and I will make sure to do more of these. We work really hard to make sure that we get back to you wherever you ask your question, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook. If you send us an email from our websites, or if you drop us a direct message or a private message on our social media platforms. So that's it for this episode of Ask A Skintellectual. Thank you again for all of your questions. They make us sharper, better too, because we do try to make sure that we give you the most up-to-date information that we have. Make sure to drop us any more comments, ask us any more questions, catch our weekly live stream so you can actually get your questions answered live in real time. And make sure to share this if you think it might be helpful to somebody. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe, everybody. See you next time.